Great to be back at the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium as we are here for the Dafa News, Multan Cricket Stadium. I beg your pardon. Dafa News presents KFC Pakistan versus England Test Series, and we're here for day 3. Well, this is what it looks like at this point of time, where England are leading by 281 runs, and they've got Brooke on the crease right now. They've obviously got someone who scored a lot of runs for them in this tournament, over 300 runs by Harry Brooke. Pakistan weren't that great yesterday, and England in a dominating position. Hello and welcome to the Inverex Solar Energy Pitch Side Show. Now, England were magnificent yesterday. They bowled well, they batted well, and from a Pakistan perspective, they would be looking for those early wickets to restrict that lead. From an England perspective, they'll be looking to build on that lead and really look to go on the series 2-0. Now, I've got with me DG and Waqar Yunus, the usual suspects. DG, England must be really pleased with the way things went for them yesterday.
It was a brilliant day for them, because when we sat here yesterday morning, we were contemplating a Pakistan lead. We're looking at Babar Azam at the crease, eyeing up a big 100. That was the way it looked. England, to their credit, found ways of getting out. First of all, Bub with a brilliant ball from Ollie Robinson. I suppose the next key man was Rizwan, a very good ball from Jack Leach. Once you got rid of the two star players, it put so much pressure on people who are in and out of Test cricket, playing maybe their first match of the series, and they didn't respond well. So England just kept that pressure on. So instead of conceding a lead, they gained one. And then they've capitalised, because the other thing they did differently yesterday was, instead of this frenetic style of cricket we saw all the way through the first test in Rawalpindi, they just played sensibly, played properly. And they've just added runs to the extent now that they're already very comfortable. And if they bat well again today, of course, they can put the game pretty much out of reach.
Yeah, they are looking very comfortable, Waqar. Pakistan not looking very comfortable at this point of time, but they'll be looking to capitalize on that first session right now.
Yeah, first session is always crucial. Normally they say it's the first day, first session important, but I feel third day, moving day, Pakistan's got to really move and move really quickly, because once these two come back and if they settle down again, that means more problem. Already 281 runs ahead, and yeah, if Pakistan can manage to pick up two wickets at least, both of them's got to go, because from here on every run is going to be tough to make when they come to bat. So a very, very crucial start is going to be important, and in the first session, Pakistan has got to really make a move.
Yeah, you're talking about Pakistan making a move in that first session, and they'll obviously need the services of their top performer from yesterday, Abrar Ahmed, who's got 10 wickets. We're looking at Abrar Ahmed. He's a mystery spinner. What is he all about? Let's find out from Aruj Mumtaz and Nasir Hussain.
Expert advice brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Well, plenty of mystery around Abrar Kadabra, and I've got Nas here as we try and decode some of that mystery from a batter's point of view. Nas, firstly, how difficult it is when someone rolls up to the scene new and you really have no idea what he's about.
It is really tricky, to be honest. It's one of the hardest things in the game, especially in the subcontinent. You've got a mystery spinner, a new spinner. You've got no footage of him really before. You've got men round the bat, and you have no idea which way the ball's spinning. It is one of the trickiest things in batting, actually. Extreme pace and mystery spin. And the only advice I could give is the realization, the more you bat, the easier it gets. You then suddenly start picking up things. Look at Harry Brooke. First innings couldn't quite pick it. Second innings, look how he's playing now. The more you play him, the more you're in the middle, the more you get used to him.
You talk about footage. Yes, you could pull up all the footage from the domestic circuit. Different ball game where you're in the middle, pressure's on. As a batter, what are you looking at? The arm speed, the finger, what is it that you first go for?
Right from the beginning, right from the start. I'll give you someone, Anil Kumble. We played against Anil for about a year, and we couldn't work out how he bowled his googly. Then suddenly we worked out in his run-up, when he was bowling his leg break, he held the ball full in his hands. There was no gap there at all. When he bowled his googly, we noticed he used to run in right from his run-up with a gap there. So as a batter, even a non-striker would be looking at the gap, and we knew that would be his wrong un. So that's in his run-up. Then you'd get up maybe to here. Now this lad Abrar is a finger spinner, so you're watching his fingers as closely as you can. You're watching whether he's flicking it out that way of his fingers, or he's taking his index finger out and flicking it the other way. Then if you're not picking that, because the finger is a very difficult thing to pick, if you're not picking that, you're picking the seam of the ball, which way the seam is going. Obviously spinning towards the slips, that's his leg break. If it's spinning towards square leg, that's his googly. If you're not picking any of that, then you have to play off the pitch. At times Brook and Root were trying to play him off the back foot, and then if you're struggling, you do what Duckett does. And what Duckett does is a lot of sweeps and reverse sweeps, obviously left-handed sweeps and reverse sweeps. Because when it's spinning and you can do that much, that's how much of the bat you can use. When you're that way, that's all you've got. So if you're not sure which way it's spinning, sweep and reverse sweep.
So a lot of ifs and buts in that. And then slow turner like we have in Multan, it probably gives you a little bit more time to read it off the surface. But in long term, you're ideally looking at picking something. Subtle variations, but like you mentioned, it's important that you pick up those when you're batting.
I mean, you've mentioned it. You mentioned it with Babar Azam. Babar Azam hasn't got all these big sweeps and reverse sweeps, but why is he such a good player in the subcontinent? Why is his record so superb in Pakistan? Because he goes all the way back and he gives himself time. Okay, England don't have mystery spin, but even if you watched him bat against Abrar in the nets, he wouldn't be caught in between and then guessing. He would go all the way back, he would see it spin and then react.
Just as a mystery spinner, you see them get caught out a little bit when the footage does become what? How important is it for them to continue to innovate in their tricks?
Absolutely. The same thing happened to Ajantha Mendis. Ajantha Mendis burst on the scene. A lot of countries, even India, couldn't play him particularly well. And then the footage came, and then they realised that actually he didn't spin it that much either way, and just play him almost like a medium pacer, like we did against Anil Kumble in England. We ended up playing him like a medium pacer. So the challenge for him is to improve his game, keep improving his game, maybe get a little bit quicker. That's the one thing Ben Duckett said on interview. When we spot his googly, it goes up a bit slower. So maybe get a little bit quicker. But at the moment, what the lad's got 10 wickets in the test match. He's doing okay at the moment, but like any cricketer, you've got to always push yourself to improve.
Yeah, always push yourself to improve, and we've tried to decode it. Hope it worked for you.
Expert advice brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Thanks, Aruj. Great insight from Nas as always. Well, the moral of the story is either try and pick it from the hand, and if not, then go for the sweep. But easier said than done. That's always the case with the cricket. When you're out there playing, it's always just so much more difficult. Anyway, on that note, we'll take a short breather and we'll be back just in a bit. Back at the Inverex Solar Energy Pitch Side Show. Now, will there be any demons in this pitch today? Let's find out from Aruj Mumtaz.
Pitch Report brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Day 3 in this Multan test, and England sitting well comfortable with a 281-run lead. Now we just continue to have a look at the surface. It is not going to change too much from yesterday. It will continue to remain a slow, low turner, and the heavy roller adding to the drop in pace as well. And if we can just have a look again, there's not much in terms of the cracks falling apart. There is a little bit of a rough where some of the balls turn. But then when you have a look at the way Pakistan collapsed, you ought to think there are some things in the pitch, some demons causing the ball to jump or spit. Well, there were a couple of balls of brilliance. The one from Ollie Robinson to Barber was an absolute peach. Got the ball to tail back in and dip and was through the gate. And the other one with Leach sort of turning Rizwan complete square, played down the long line with a spin in and the spin away, a moment of brilliance. Apart from that, you'd ought to put a lot of poor shot selection to Pakistan's downfall. So from where I see it, it'll continue to remain a slow, low turner.
Pitch Report brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
Slow, low turner is what Aruj Mumtaz is saying. That's how the pitch is going to be playing out today. But talking about how this day is going to pan out, let's find out from our experts.
Expert Prediction brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
All right, what do you think Pakistan is going to be chasing? Oh,
I don't
putting
think
you on the
you were
spot.
expecting this question, were you?
Okay, well, now you've asked. I will guess at 400 plus.
400 plus. So they'll obviously pile on the runs. Bakar, what do you think?
Yeah, England shouldn't be, in any sort of hurry. It's only the third day, start of the third day, so there's so much time left in this game. So bat as long as you can. Pakistan need to pick up early wickets. If they'll pick up wickets, I think Pakistan might just pull things back a little bit. But if they get to anything, 320, 330 over that, then Pakistan will be chasing the game throughout the next 2 days if they bat.
So what's the figure that you're giving us?
Well, for the first session, oh my God, it's really
Just chasing.
Total to chase.
Total
Come on,
to chase.
Total to chase.
400 plus.
Right, 400 plus. There's a lot of 400s in the studio today. That was expert predictions for you.
Expert prediction brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
I think Pakistan will be hoping that they can get some early wickets, and your predictions go awfully
They
wrong
will.
once again.
Of course they will. And as we know full well from this job of predicting the unpredictable, something might well happen. Who knows?
In
Who
the
knows?
past, our prediction has not really come that good, so we hope that it happens and Pakistan sort of just sneak back.
It's
I think
now-
you just want to play golf and have a day off. Bakar.
Can't
Yeah,
say
that would
that.
be a bad idea.
That's what it is. But yeah, thank you so much for your thoughts, gentlemen, once again. England, of course, will be looking to build that lead, and they've got Harry Brook out there with the Ben Stokes. You'll be seeing these guys in action just shortly after this break. It's day 3 here in Multan Cricket Stadium.